Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel. It's been a while, hasn't it? Not too long, I think 2 weeks. But Manchester City are back here on the channel with the live watch-alongs of the game. And today, it's Leicester City away. Now, I did miss two massive games, two very good games, didn't I? Manchester City winning against Arsenal 5-0. And Manchester City winning against, who was the other one? Another 5-0 win, wasn't it? City performed really well. I missed those two games. And it's a big shame that I did miss those two games. Because the two games I did see were the ones where City lost 1-0 twice against Leicester City and Spurs. Hopefully, I'm not cursed and we don't get another 1-0 defeat today. We've got a little poll in the chat, so definitely go and vote. Who's the first goal scorer? Vardy. He's up there with Torres. People expecting Vardy, really sure Torres to score first. Gundogan down there. Just thought it'd be a bit more interesting to do scorer rather than what we usually do with who do you think will win. Now, the game is on at 3 o'clock today, 3 o'clock kickoff, and it is a blackout, so you don't get to watch games in England at 3 o'clock. So if you're not in England, congratulations, you'll probably be able to watch the game. There is, you can always find ways of watching the game. Julie says, hi all, great to see you back. So Julie's back as well. Conrad plays. His prediction is a 3-1 win to Manchester City. I'm confident, Conrad, but Jamie Vardy always gets his goal against City, doesn't it? I'm going to say 2-1. 2-1 City. We've got to be positive here and predict the Manchester City win. Ryan asks, how are you watching the game? Well, the game is available to watch in countries all around the world, other than England, ironically, which is a really odd one. So if you're not in the UK, he's on Ziggo Sport, I think, in Holland, Digisport in Hungary. I think some sports channels as well in Spain, France. I think Julien Laurent, who is the journalist PSG fan, you may have seen him. There's a lot of work in ESPN. He's watching it on the ESPN French channel, so he's been presenting there. Citizen Sanders is a 1-0 win for City, so the predictions coming in. Yeah, definitely give us your predictions. I've said 2-1. Sanders is going for a 1-0 to City. That's a tight game, a clean sheet as well. There's quite a few games on today at 3 o'clock. Arsenal versus Norwich is one of the games. Brentford, Brighton. Leicester City, Manchester City, of course. Manchester United, Newcastle. Southampton, West Ham. And Watford, Wolves. All games that are part of the actual Premier League blackout at 3 o'clock. I think that might end at some point, but at the moment it's still going on. There's plenty of games being played. Of course, a lot of complaints have been going in about the debut of Cristiano Ronaldo not being televised, which they might have surprised they didn't actually change it and televise that game. Did you know Manchester United signed Cristiano Ronaldo? They've only announced it, and someone counted it actually. 100 times they've announced the signing of Cristiano Ronaldo. Incredible. But United have signed Ronaldo. Will that make a difference for them? Maybe will, maybe not. He could have signed for City, couldn't he? I think they forgot that he wanted to sign for City, but I'm sort of glad City didn't get a 36-year-old player who's right at the end of his career, who's got some questionable background stories and so on. I think probably the best of things not to sign Cristiano Ronaldo. And I don't want to make this thing about Cristiano Ronaldo, because everything else seems to be about him, doesn't it? Anthony Taylor is the referee over there. I'm not sure who the referee is for us today, but it's a good thing Anthony Taylor is the ref for United, because at Old Trafford he can just get the tram home, can't he? I'm not sure who the ref is today for City, but it'd be interesting to see. City side, let's go through the Manchester City team. So we did suspect that the Brazilians wouldn't be allowed to play due to the ridiculous FIFA rules and the Brazilian FA. But Pep Guardiola in his press conference said that has changed this morning. They were spoken to, and they said they can play. So there were two Brazilians in there. So Ederson starts in goal for Manchester City. We've got Walker, who's in international duty, Diaz, Laporte and João Cancelo in that back four. Rodri holds the midfield with Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side and Ilkay Gundogan on the left-hand side of him. Then a front three of Jack Grealish, Gabriel Jesus and Ferran Torres. Jack Grealish was incredible for England, I thought, in those internationals. If you watched the international games, especially England ones. And City have got a real impressive bench as well. Stefan misses out due to COVID, which was something we worried about. If Ederson was to miss the game, then Carson would be starting, but he's not. Scott Carson is on the bench. And we've got the likes of Riyad Mahrez, Raheem Sterling. Let's have a look at the benches, actually, just to let you know even more who is on the bench. I think he's an absolutely ridiculous bench for Manchester City. As a team like Leicester, you look at that and think, wow. So this is City's bench. Scott Carson, John Stones, international starter for England, Nathan Ake, Alexander Zinchenko, captain for his country, Kevin De Bruyne, captain for his country, Fernandinho, probably one of the best holding midfielders we've ever seen in the Premier League, probably one of the best holding midfielders ever. Especially best Brazilian ever to step foot in the Premier League. Phil Foden's back also, he's on the bench. So is Raheem Sterling, and so is Riyad Mahrez. What a bench that is for Manchester City, and hopefully they make a difference today. Coming off the bench, if that's what's needed from City. Now, of course, sometimes might have a bit of a problem watching the game today, so do bear with me. You just don't know how these things are going to go sometimes, of course, because it's not in the UK. But hopefully we can get the game running smoothly and the stream can run smoothly. One thing I will mention is the Fantasy Premier League. Let's have a look at that. There is the rankings so far, and I'll update this every time we do a live to see it on the points. Of course, the person in 11th place there, Mal on 11, I've actually missed off their points. I'll have to change the thing. I didn't see that, but you can see there, top of our Fantasy Premier League. Congratulations at the moment to Dirty Sheets with Joseph, who's got 200 and something points there, so well done to him. In second place is the Atom Bomb with 252, and Pep's Potatoes in third place. We've got Pooley FC in fourth, and then we'll only do the top 5, shall we? Robinson Boys there in 5th place, and just outside of that top 5 is Jack Grealish. He's doing pretty well with 202. I'm down in 17th place. Although I've got a few points today, actually. I got a few points in that Crystal Palace game. 12 points currently I'm on, which is not too bad. I've got Anderson in there and Gaita. I always knew that the Crystal Palace keeper would come in clutch for me. I'm hoping Lukaku and Ings, that's a thriller between them two. Aston Villa and Chelsea later, maybe get a hat-trick apiece. Grealish is my vice-captain and Bruno Fernandes my captain, as he always is, because he always seems to get a penalty, doesn't he, Bruno Fernandes? So that's the Fantasy Premier League, so congratulations to those, Joseph, Brendan, and whoever else at the top. You're doing well, really well, all of you up there. You know, better than me, down in 17th. Gary Series is high all, 2-0 to City for me, so Gary's predicting a big win for Manchester City. Margaret says, let's hope for a good game and a City win. Well, that's what we're hoping for, isn't it? But never too sure with that one, never too sure. Let's have a look at the Leicester City lineup as well, just so we can compare the two sides. So, Leicester City going with the usual 4-2-3-1. It's Kasper Schmeichel in goal, Castagna, Soyuncu. I hope Soyuncu plays like he did in the international break for Turkey. It was atrocious in that 6-0 defeat. I think he got sent off as well, didn't he, against the Netherlands. Yannick Vestergaard and Bertrand as well. Vestergaard, top centre-back. He's not so good when the ball's played in behind him. He's very slow, but on the ball, he can really play some raking passes, and that's a worry for City with Vardy running behind Diaz and Laporte today. They've got Ndidi and Yuri Tillemans in the holding midfield. You know, very well balanced, this Leicester City side, I think, anyway. Maddison in front, and then it's Harvey Barnes on the left. Mark Albrighton, who some would say that Albrighton is not the level these are the Leicester City players, but he's a very good player, actually. And I think City will get down that side pretty well, you know, with Cancelo and Grealish up against Albrighton and Castagna. Castagna played for Atalanta before these, and he's more of a wing-back, similar to Robin Gosens, who we spoke about on the FIFA Master, you know, the FIFA career modes and the PES Master League, if you've seen that. He's more of a wing-back, but he's slotted in at centre-back, and I think that's why, at full-back, sorry, alongside a centre-back, that's why Albrighton plays there, because Albrighton will get back and defend, and I think that's why. But City should do well today. City should do well. I'm not entirely confident City don't tend to do the best against Leicester City, do they? But we'll have to see. Gary says it's a 2-0 to City. Prediction could be either way, exactly. And Waslad says he's at uni, and he's predicting a 2-1 win for Leicester City. Well, you could be right there. I know you're a Liverpool fan, so you might not want City to win, but you could be right there with a 2-1 win for Leicester City. It's very, very possible. And the game is not too far away now. Minutes away, really. Manchester City versus Leicester City. Like I said, it is part of this 3 PM blackout they do. But we might be in and around watching the game pretty soon. So we will be able to watch it here on the channel. I hope uni's going well for you, Waslot. Of course, you'll be back now, won't you? I assume you're a first year at uni. They tend to go back earlier, don't they, than the second and third years and so on. We're also up to 1,558 subscribers now. We've slowed down just a little bit. I think, especially for gaming content, which is a majority of the thing on this channel, it is a sort of quieter period as you wait for the transition between FIFA 21 and FIFA 22, which is coming not too far away now, isn't it? The 1st of October, and of course the same with PES, which is dead now. It's eFootball. But definitely come and join us if you are listening, or you've just tuned in a slight bit and you're wondering what's going on. If you like our game videos, come and talk to us. You can talk to us about the game. I will do commentary on the game. But anything else, you know, Manchester City in general, football in general, ask us questions. That's what we're here for, really. Sort of a community. I think we've built a very good community on this channel in a relatively short period of time. I think I'm pretty friendly with you guys. Well, I hope so anyway. I hope you think so. Onto the vote. You can see there, Vardy's high up there with 30% of the vote. But Torres has got 40%. You guys predicting Ferran Torres will be the first scorer of today's game if there is to be a goal. Jack Grealish in third place with 20% and Gundogan with 10%. You can only actually put 4 people on the YouTube vote. Otherwise, I maybe could have added a few more people in there. But that's the way it's looking at the moment. City are very soon to come out onto the field. So we might be a few minutes behind us. So sometimes it is like that when you're bringing things over. Someone's just voted for Jamie Vardy, haven't they? I'm just bringing it up now. Crystal Palace Park for the concert. Waslad says, is it Park Life or I'm not really into the whole festival scene, but is it Park Life that is in Manchester today? I know the other week I was away, and on the way back I came through Leeds and it was Leeds Fest. That was going on. The City players in the tunnel now, so not long before they step out onto the field here in that absolutely beautiful white away kit, which I should be getting my hands on really, shouldn't I? I should go and get the new away kit. Very nice kit. And get maybe Jack Grealish in the back. I always tend to go for new signs really. Last season I didn't get anyone in the back of my shirt. But Jack Grealish is a good one. Jack Grealish, actually, interesting fact, the second highest selling Premier League player shirt this season. Behind, of course, I think you can guess who he is, Cristiano Ronaldo, who's a world-renowned brand, isn't he, Ronaldo? That's the thing. And it shows how well Grealish is doing, considering I think he's probably only rated by England fans, really. So, to sell the most Premier League shirts just behind Cristiano Ronaldo, I think is a big thing for him. And Bruno Fernandes, I think, was third. Of course, Manchester United as well. They've got a real big fan base. And they did a survey this week around fans, where fans came from. And it was actually Manchester United. 14% of Manchester United fans live within Greater Manchester. 18% of Manchester United fans live in London. So the little joke between City United fans, you know, you're not local. Well, there you are. It's been proven now that the United fans don't come from Manchester, which is... I've never seen an issue with that, I suppose. It's just a sort of argument you bring in, isn't it? When fans are annoying you a little bit and you say, well, you're not even from Manchester, but, you know, you can support a team wherever you're from because, you know, some people are quite lucky to live in areas like me where Manchester City, you know, are my local team. But, you know, for some people, their local team, especially if you maybe... You know, like in India, the Premier League is massive in India. You know, who are their local teams? I don't know. And I suppose they're going to get quite good at football. India, China, places like that, because of just the sheer amount of people they have, population-wise. You know, England have a small pool, don't they, really, compared to those? But we still got some of the best players in the world. Surely the likes of India and China and places like that, who they don't really watch their local teams. They do prefer to watch, you know, City, United, Liverpool are big over there, Chelsea. We'll see how that goes. So, players on the field now at the King Power Stadium. They've got the clappers again today, the Leicester City fans, which were an iconic thing, weren't they? An iconic sound here in the King Power Stadium over that time when Leicester were winning the Premier League and on that, you know, that way to win the Premier League and all those games. But that absolute screamer Vardy scored against Liverpool, if you remember, at the top corner of the volley. They were going mad. That's all you could hear, just ringing around the ground. And it's similar to the kazoo, if you remember the kazoo around the World Cup. I think they eventually had to ban them. They were that frustrating. They were used a lot, weren't they, in the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. So they are just recapping the Leicester City side. Castagna, Vestergaard, Soyuncu and Bertrand in the back four for Leicester City. And midfield 2 of Ndidi and Yuri Tielemans. Albrighton on the right, Harvey Barnes on the left, and then James Maddison in behind Jamie Vardy. Andrew's predicting a 2-1 win for City. Ferran Torres has gone up in the vote once again, that's good to see. Up to 38%. We'll see who Leicester City do have on the bench, options-wise. Iheanacho, of course, can come on, cause problems for City. Patson Daka, Adeloma Lukman, who's on loan from RB Leipzig, and they also have Soumare. Ricardo Pereira also, but Soumare is a player very impressive to me. He came on an absolute bully City in that Charity Shield game. For the City team, as you can see on your screen, now on the left-hand side, Ederson starts in goal. We've got Walker, Dias, Laporte and Cancelo in the back. For Cancelo at the left-hand side today, but I think he works well at left-back. I think he's better at right-back. Bernardo Silva, Rodri and Ilkay Gundogan in that midfield 3. And then up top, there's Jesus, Ferran Torres and Jack Grealish. Elliot says, is there any way you can stream this game, lad? You just have to go and have a look about. Of course, the game is available in every country but the UK, unfortunately, Elliot. So if you have access to Dutch TV, French TV, Spanish TV, German TV, Hungarian TV, you'll be able to watch the game. If you don't, unfortunately, you're going to have to find another way. But you're just going to have a look about if you want to watch today's game. I can't really be telling you where to go, can I? Unfortunately. So there you see on the bench there, City have got the likes of Foden, Mahrez, Fernandinho, De Bruyne, Zinchenko, Sterling, Ake, Stones and Carson. I mean, what a bench that is. What a bench. I mean, you think you can make 3 substitutions. You think, well, Foden, Sterling and Mahrez. But, I mean, you've still got Fernandinho who can come on and make a difference, haven't you? Vardy's there, getting ready to come on. Having a drink before the game. He's surely going to score today, Jamie Vardy. Always seems to score against Manchester City, doesn't it? So, shouldn't be long away now. I'm trying to find where my clock is, actually. We'll have a timer, so you manage to... If you are watching the game and you want commentary from me, maybe you are watching it in another language, you can then time your commentary up with me and the game, so I can do the commentary for you, which might be better than listening to... I don't know who you're listening to. Of course, not in England. Could be French commentary, Spanish, Thai, Turkish, German. Ederson in his bright yellow kit today. I think it's the first time I've seen City in the yellow away kit for the goalkeeper. Not seen that one before. I don't think he was even on the pictures, actually, when they announced the kits. Pep looks on with Juan Malio. Both deciding. Brendan Rodgers is a fantastic manager as well, isn't he? You know, tactically, this is going to be a good game between City and Leicester City. City in the white, Leicester City in the blue. Manchester City versus Leicester City. I think it's Paul Tierney is the referee. As the players take the knee to a round of applause from the fans before the game. A more positive reaction from the crowd than sometimes, occasionally. Ferran Torres for kickoff for Manchester City are underway here. Against Leicester City. This is going to be a good one. Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully we can see a real exciting game between the two sides. Hopefully City can get another 3 points. Spurs' title challenge looks to be over. They lost, didn't they? Immediately today. 3-0 win to defeat to Crystal Palace. They were shocking, Spurs. Harry Kane. Another bullet dodged by Manchester City. Let's hope we don't go back in for next summer. Here's Jack Grealish on the left-hand side for Manchester City. Quickly and tight to him was Castagna. And Cancelo into Laporte. Watching the Arsenal game. And on the stream, Samuel Smith Rowe, there you can cover 2 games. You'll listen to me talk about the City game, and maybe you can keep us updated in the Arsenal game as well. I mean, if Arsenal lose to Norwich, Samuel Smith Rowe, I think Arteta will be going, won't he? Surely if you lose to Norwich, Arteta out will be happening. Here's Jack Grealish. Great run from Bernardo Silva from the middle. Grealish finds Bernardo in the wide position. Opportunity to cross here, Bernardo. Does get a ball in, Bernardo Silva. It's cleared away to Gabriel Jesus on the far right-hand side. Walker, this is a good start. Jason behind to Gundogan. It's a bit overhit, is it? Good defending from Wilfred Ndidi. Coming across Ilkay Gundogan to stop that ball fizzing across the box. And it's a corner for Manchester City. Positive start from City and Pep's side here. Vieira is amazing. Arteta has got to go. Yeah, I think Arteta's not going to last very long at Arsenal. I can't see him turning it round. I really can't. But yeah, Vieira's done a good job so far at Crystal Palace. It is only 3 games, though. We have to think of that. Gundogan stands over the corner here with Bernardo Silva. I think they're going to take this shot. They're not quite decided yet, the German and the Portuguese. Bernardo Silva scored an absolute cracker for Portugal the other day. Crossing from Gundogan, it's really overhit. Laporte gets ahead in it and Leicester City away. Grealish picks it up and calmly flicks it out with the outside of his heel to Cancelo. Laporte. Gabriel Jesus found himself on the left-hand side. Now Jason behind to Grealish. Grealish across the box. It's well defended again, this time by Sayuncu, the Turk. It's another corner to Manchester City. City interested in Theo Hernandez, says Emil Smith Rowe. What a signing he will be. One of the best fullbacks in Europe, Theo Hernandez. But AC Milan wants 70 million apparently, and I can't see City paying that. So, unfortunately, it's nice to have a rumour about a world-class player in a certain position City need a world-class player in, but I can't see it happening. I feel like he's a bit like the left-handed side Kyle Walker, isn't it? But with even more better, attacking output. City take the corner quickly and short. Gundogan, little step over. Playing to Jack Grealish, a bit overhit. Grealish will chase though. On this far right-hand side for City. Grealish. Back he goes. Into Cancelo. Pepe's playing Laporte. That is rare, says Emil Smith Rowe. Laporte started the season fantastically well, and if he continues to play well, he will play. And I read before the game that this is only the 3rd... Well, I think City have named the same starting lineup 3 games in a row. And that is the first time Pep Guardiola has done that since 2017. And in the 3rd fixture, Manchester City went on to beat Stoke City 7-2 at home. So, a similar scoreline today would do good for my fantasy Premier League team anyway, if Ferran Torres can get a couple of goals. Didn't have him in last week. I had Ferran Torres in at the start. And I took him out because I thought he's not playing. And then suddenly he becomes a striker and we're playing him. And he scores 2 last week. And he wasn't in my team. It was Mahrez who's not playing. So I had to switch that one out. I suppose Mahrez scored as well, didn't he? But Ferran Torres playing as a striker, but despite costing quite cheaply and being a midfielder, he's a very good option for your Premier League fantasy team. Bit of a tip there. I'm definitely not going to win it, I don't think. 17th place at the moment. I'm already real far behind. I think there's 30 people competing in our Fantasy Premier League, which is good to see. Here's Grealish on the left-hand side. Into Cancelo. Onto his right foot. Brilliant switch of play from Joao. Out to Gabriel Jesus on the chest. Holding that touchline Jesus. A ball into the box, which is nodded away from Vestergaard. And Jesus, just a bit of physicality on Harvey Barnes. Lets it bowl behind for another corner to Manchester City. 3 corners within the first 4 minutes. Laporte is better than Stones, Mr. Threat. I agree with you. I agree. On his day, if both were playing the best of their possible ability, I do believe Laporte is a better player than John Stones. I agree with that. So corner for Manchester City. And if you're a gambling man and they do things like 3 corners in the first half, you got your bet right within 4 minutes. Cross comes in here. A couple of bodies on the floor. One of the City players, not sure who it is, he's complaining he was fouled there. Is Grealish into Gabriel Jesus. Jesus with a whip in. And it's overhit by Gabriel Jesus massively. And all the way behind for a throw-in on the far side for Leicester City. But they probably need to look at a replay here of a City player being dragged down. Although apparently the Jesus cross did take a deflection. So it is a throw-in to City. And Kyle Walker would take the throw-in. Walker's got his hair back now, hasn't he? Looks better, I think. He looked a bit odd when he was bald at first. I think it's when Pep wasn't playing him. Maybe he thought by going bald like Pep might play him a bit more. Here's Diaz, Laporte. He's got a wand of a left foot, Aymeric Laporte. And there was a bit of worry, wasn't there? He could have been injured for Spain. Fortunately, there was nothing in it. Here's Rodri. Oh, brilliant from Rodri. Absolutely brilliant from Rodri. He had 4 players around him there. That's exactly what you want to see from your holding midfielder. Playing out that issue. Here's Aymeric Laporte. Wide to Grealish. Bernardo Silva. Takes on... Oh, 2 Leicester City players. He's past Soyuncu. Bernardo to the byline. Jesus arriving. Oh, what a save. I've knocked my water over in excitement. City still. Bernardo Silva again. Blocked away again. Gundogan again. Another block on the floor. Leicester City get it away and it's a free kick. But I feel like Gabriel Jesus should score there. Soyuncu's down holding his knee. World class play from Bernardo Silva here. Beats 3 Leicester City players. Takes it to the byline. Lifts it for Jesus. Good save by Schmeichel. Falls to Ferran Torres who pulls it back. Bernardo. Shots blocked. Oh, and then I think Bernardo or someone just goes. I think it's Ferran Torres goes for a second swing off the floor and does kick Soyuncu in the knee. But brilliant from Bernardo Silva down this left-hand side. I feel like Jesus should score. I really think like Jesus should score that. I think maybe Bernardo's cross. Bernardo lifted it from one edge of the box to the other. It was just a little bit too high for Jesus to go with his feet, so he had to go with the head, Gabriel Jesus. In the end, it's a good save by Kasper Schmeichel. But Leicester City looked panicked early on here. Here's Soyuncu. Tielemans. Brilliant by Yuri Tielemans. Little back heel through the legs of Cancelo. Long, and here's Vardy behind Manchester City now. Vardy across the box. It's Harvey Barnes. Oh, what a save from Ederson. Still going here. Ederson's down injured, but the referee's saying play on. What a save from Ederson here. It's all go. It's all go here at the King Power Stadium. Ndidi with a shot. Blocked away by Diaz. Harvey Barnes is down. Ederson. What a save. Lanky says we were out to play the Brazilians. Yes, we are. Ederson's just made an absolutely incredible save here. A really, really good save from Ederson. Ball comes across the backs. Ooh. Ederson looked injured there. But they got back up and they played on City. Referee let it play on. But it was a very good chance for Leicester City. Could easily have been a goal for them. Could easily have been a goal for them. City get away with one. Leicester City on the counter. Vardy making those runs in behind. But we are struggling at the moment, I'll be honest with you. I think everyone tuned into this game, and it looks like Ederson could be injured here. He is down the ground and being seen by the medics. Hopefully the Brazilian's okay. Harvey Barnes also down, but City got picked off too easily there. Pulled apart defensively, and there's a lot of blood coming from Ederson's mouth. Looks like he's been caught right in the face. I don't think it'll faze Ederson though, will it? Bit of a nutter is Ederson. I think he'll be fine. Well, Jack Grealish is taking the vote now as first to score. He's ahead with 35%. Interesting. Hopefully Ederson's going to be okay here. Might just need new teeth. But he is on the floor, Ederson. I'm waiting to see. I think Harvey Barnes is fine for Leicester. I think Kyle Walker was the other City player involved. They're going to have to bring Ederson a new keeper shirt. And they are performing treatment here. He looks, he's okay, you know what I mean? He's up and he's looking around. But he has been caught in the face. We'll have to see what happens here. Guardiola looks on. Unhappy. Barnes looks to have picked up maybe a shoulder injury or something. Big start to the game though. Exciting. And Leicester City are also looking at maybe changing something. Ederson's got a big load of tissue in his mouth that he's biting on here. Is he going to have to play with that in his mouth? I can't see that being the case, but quite possibly could be. Of course, they can't say, you know, go off for treatment and we'll play on because it is the goalkeeper. He's got a new shirt now, Ederson. They were quick to bring him one, actually. They did pretty well to bring him a new shirt. So we'll see how it goes. There's going to be a corner for Leicester City, and at the moment, I'm just having some problem with my internet connection. I told you, you know, with it being the blackout, it is going to be a tough game to watch, unfortunately. Plenty of people looking for ways to watch Manchester City versus Leicester City. And that is an issue, isn't it? I don't understand the 3 PM blackout, really. I don't know why that's the case. I think they probably should just put it on for everyone to watch. But that's the way it is. So we'll see what happens after Ederson gets back up. Hopefully, it won't be too long before he is back. Just waiting here. But we are allowed to play the Brazilians, Lanky. I think you asked that before, but yeah, the Brazilians can play. Of course. Allowing Ederson and Jesus to play. And Jesus has been lively. Probably should have had a goal, really. Probably should have had a goal. We'll see how it goes as we wait again to watch this game. Which is, at the moment, we're struggling. But we will get it back on. I think everyone will be having this problem with the 3 PM blackout. It's interesting they put so many games on at the same time as well in this, which is an odd one. But Ederson's back up. And we do play on. So corner for Manchester City. We are 10 minutes in here. I'm a little bit ahead now. Leicester City have a chance from the set piece, which is put over the bar. It's a good swing in. It was Yannick Vestergaard. He's a big man. Very big man, isn't he, Yannick Vestergaard? But it wasn't enough to get enough on it just to head it and direct it towards goal. Here's Aymeric Laporte. How are you watching the game? Says Gabby Jesus. It's available in other countries, so if you're outside the UK, you can watch the game. Of course, if you have a look on the internet, I'm sure there is a way around it. I think the Premier League know that, don't they? Stupidly. Here's Leicester City with a throw-in. I think we're going to have to get another shirt for Ederson here, it looks like. They're already getting ready to bring a third shirt down for Ederson to put on. Thrown by Ryan Bertrand. Vestergaard. Soyuncu. Into Castagna. Good tackle by Cancelo. Leicester City back with the ball. And it could easily be 1-1 in this game. It's been very good so far. Here's Bertrand. Slides in on Rodri. Does win the ball. That was weak from Rodri. Really poor. Maddison on the turn. That's a poor pass. Laporte read the pass to Vardy. Ilkay Gundogan with great footwork. Bernardo Silva tackled, trying to make his way out of 3 players there, and he couldn't do. Leicester City put in some big tackles here straight away. Here's Mark Albright and back to Kasper Schmeichel. Lifts one up to Bertrand. Could have been a Manchester City player, Ryan Bertrand, couldn't it, a few years ago? Jesus, Vestergaard through the back of him. Good header. Walker leaves it, throwing to Manchester City. Vardy there with a chance. The ball was fired into him by Maddison. Laporte did really well. Good play, just to read it. The votes are coming back in, and Ferran Torres now in the lead. I'm not sure who will score first. I think Jesus was very close to scoring first, wasn't it? Long ball forward there by Manchester City, doesn't quite work out. Here's Diaz. City just waiting for Leicester City maybe to step out, maybe to make a mistake. Here's Cancelo. Grealish. Little pass that deflects into Bernardo Silva. Tries to go around Soyuncu, and it's a throw into Manchester City. Bernardo Silva's been very, very impressive at the start of this game, actually. Been very impressed with him. Soyuncu's been very shaky at the back. And he was poor in the other game. I saw him in the Nations League, got sent off. Here's Diaz. Walker. City going back into this back 3 to create and build up from the back, which is what I want to see. Without Kyle Walker, City do struggle, don't they? Defensively, we haven't got someone that pace to get back and clean up. Here's Grealish. Rodri, back to Grealish. Little back heel into Cancelo. Brilliant from Jack Grealish, and Cancelo bursts away. On his left foot. Comes back to Bernardo Silva. First time cross from Bernardo! Oh, and Gundogan with a volley. Would have been a very, very nice goal. Everything is coming down this left-hand side of Manchester City. Grealish, Cancelo and Bernardo Silva are working really, really well together. Here's Cancelo. A little outside the boot passing to Bernardo Silva. He's looking for a ball into the box again, which he does met into the box. Indeed, he cuts it out. Leicester City away on Tielemans. Calmly done from Yuri Tielemans into Castagna. Tielemans. Vestergaard. Well done. Tielemans has been fantastic, by the way, for Leicester City at the moment. Absolutely fantastic. I think he's a top quality midfielder, really. He's turning Bernardo Silva now here. Harvey says, come on, City. Schmeichel, under pressure from Grealish, plays the ball up that Cancelo deals with a header on it. Only a header back to Leicester City. Now Gundogan intercepts it. Bernardo. Rodri. City with possession deep in the Leicester City half here. Torres. Loses out to Wilfred Ndidi. Ferran Torres has been quiet as anything today. And I think that's the problem whenever has with Ferran Torres, isn't it? He's either really quiet or he scores 2 goals. There's no in between with him. Ruben Dias there. Over aggressive on Vardy. Just snaps him all the way up the field. Is Pep considered a legend for the club, says Lanky? Of course he is. I think he has to be, isn't he? City's most successful manager ever is, of course, Pep Guardiola. Hey, where can I watch the game? Because every time I click a City game link, I get the United match. I don't know, Conrad. It's available in other countries. I don't know where you are. Oh, Barnes is in here. Oh, and he's miskicked it. Barnes is in there. One little pass to Vardy, and I think it's 1-0 Leicester City, but he's miskicked it. The game is available in plenty of countries everywhere, but I think England today, Conrad. So if you're outside of the UK, it should be on the TV. Here is Aymeric Laporte into Ruben Dias. Kyle Walker's tucking into midfield at the moment here. Laporte. Very narrow in the build-up, the midfield of Manchester City. Grealish. Grealish into Rodri. Back to Cancelo. Aymeric Laporte. Ruben Dias again. Dias back to Laporte. City working the ball forward through Aymeric Laporte. Now into Cancelo. Laporte again. Walker. Here's Aymeric Laporte. City just working the ball around the back now. Just working the ball around the back as best they can. Here's Jack Grealish. Good play from Grealish. Skips past a couple of challenges from Tielemans and Albrighton. Dias. Jesus on this right-hand side. Seems his preferred position now. Gundogan's pulled out wider than him. Could have put a ball in the box there, Ilkay Gundogan. Cancelo is in acres of space in the edge of the box here. City will eventually work the ball to him through Rodri and Walker. Cancelo with a very nice ball into the box. Drops on sort of the penalty spot. Gundogan had made a curved run. Just couldn't get in there. I think you'd have to have lifted it over Kasper Schmeichel because he was awake to that ball as well. Was ready to come out and pick it up. But Bernardo and Silva, Gundogan both can make those sort of movements, those runs, those curved runs into the box, into passes on the end of Cancelo. And that's a poor ball from Leicester City that Castagna can't keep in. Here's Cancelo back to Laporte. The Ash right to Walker. A little bit too heavy for Kyle Walker. Gundogan's playing as a striker at the moment here. Bernardo Silva also. Laporte. Wide to Grealish. Gets a touch on it and keeps it in, Jack Grealish. Brilliant control by the £100 million man. Great passing to Cancelo as well. Cancelo swings one. Oh, it's too heavy for Jesus though from Joao Cancelo. Good play from Grealish, but Cancelo with a poor ball. He knows himself he needs to do better than that. City at the moment are playing with pretty much a front five. It's Ferran Torres in the middle, and he's got Gundogan and Bernardo Silva pretty much stood either side of him, with then Grealish and Jesus in the wide areas. It is a front five for Manchester City. Here's Walker, an interception. Vardy wins it back off him, and Ndidi. Oh, bad pass here. Bernardo Silva's going to pass on to Grealish. Surely pass it, Bernardo. He shoots instead, and it's a good save from Schmeichel, but I feel like Bernardo Silva then, there's a pass on to Grealish. If he just lays it in with the outside of his boot to Grealish, he can hit that with his right foot, Jack Grealish, in the end. It was Bernardo Silva took way too long. Bertrand was with him. It's a good shot, actually. A good save from Schmeichel. It's Bertrand with a pass that was fired into Tielemans, who couldn't, of course, control it. Conrad wants City to win. I think we all do. Corner for Manchester City through Ilkay Gundogan. Sean says, thanks for this. No worries, Sean. Do my best to try and give people a chance to know what's going on. Crossing from City. Headed away by Soyuncu. It's Grealish on the edge of the box. Grealish. Oh, he's had a shot here, Grealish. Ooh, I don't know if it's a shot or a cross there from Jack Grealish. I think it was a shot, but it could have easily been a cross from the right side of the box. It may have took a deflection off the Leicester City man. It looked like it was just going to loop in for a second over Schmeichel into the top corner. Does come off James Maddison up and over the bar, but Schmeichel had no idea where it was dropping, and he looked worried. Cancelo at left back is not the play if it works against small clubs, but against big clubs he gets outdone too much, says Lanky. Yeah, that's true. Bernardo with a swing in here. Cleared away by Leicester City. It's all Manchester City, really. Grealish. Clattered into by Tielemans. It's a free kick for City. I mean, I don't know how Tielemans can argue against that one. Grealish passes the ball. Tielemans leaves his leg in on Grealish, who goes over his leg, and it's a free kick. I mean, I don't know how Tielemans has any complaints about that one. Just a kick on Grealish on sort of the edge of the right-hand side of the box. And a chance for someone to swing one in. I think Lanky Cancelo is so good going forward, but you're right, he does have problems defensively. I wouldn't like to see him up against, an Adama Traore and Alan St-Maximin, especially someone with a bit of pace, because I think he is relatively quick, but he hasn't got that sort of physicality that Walker has, does he? But they complement each other very well as fullbacks. It's such a shame that Cancelo isn't left-footed. I think he'd start at left-back much more often if he was a left-footer, but the right-footed swinging cross that he tends to play, that's also an asset to his game that City don't have from that left-hand side. So cross comes in from Gundogan. Oh, it's to the edge of the box to Grealish. Oh, and Jack Grealish. Really, really great set piece for Manchester City. Ilkay Gundogan steps up. He looks like he's going to put this into the box. He actually rolls it to the edge of the left-hand side of the box. And Grealish, first time strike with the inside of his foot. But it is over the bar, unfortunately. But that was a very good chance. Grealish knows himself there. Very good chance to be going in. And not Smith Rowe says Odegaard should be in the best youngster debate. I think you might have a point there, but maybe not yet. I think there's a reason, if Real Madrid are selling you, you can't be that good. Real Madrid don't sell players that they don't want, do they really? So, I don't know if I agree with you on that one. I think the people up there are Mbappe, Haaland, Foden. I'd say them three, really. Long ball by Rodri. Heads it away. Gundogan getting in a battle here that is with Harvey Barnes. They're throwing to Manchester City. Harvey Barnes wants a foul. Don't know what for. Harvey says City is the best team in London all the world. Quite right. But they've got to prove it today, haven't they, with a win, Harvey? Here's Laporte. Into Ruben Dias. Nice ball. Really nice ball. Bertrand reads it, but he was over to Gundogan. Over the top, in behind the Leicester City defence. Oh, Maddison's got a chance to break here. Rodri's going to be a bit quicker getting back. He sort of limped back into position the way he does. I think that's him at full speed. Kyle Walker doing really well, sticking tight to Harvey Barnes, and they go all the way back Leicester City to Yannick Vestergaard. Vestergaard. Beautiful pass by Vestergaard. Absolutely brilliant. To Castagna. Castagna into Vardy here. Diaz's got to get a bit tighter between Vardy wide to Albrighton. He's looking for a ball in. Towards the far post. Walker's not sure what's behind him. And he just nods it away. And behind for a throw into Leicester City. Need a bit more communication with Walker there to tell him he had the time to take that ball down low. Barnes is explosive in his pace, isn't it? Could easily have got there ahead of Walker. Oh, one back by Manchester City indeed. He's given it away. Here's Gabriel Jesus. He's up against Vestergaard. He's run past Vestergaard. And Soyuncu, no nonsense stuff from the Turk. On the halfway line. Gets his left foot on the ball and fires it into the crowd. I mean, Jesus was always getting past Vestergaard, who is incredibly slow. Mbappe, Haaland, Trent, Havertz, Foden. I can't think of any more players better than him. I mean, Odegaard has really stalled in his, sort of development, hasn't he? He really has. Here is Jesus. Falling behind to Ferran Torres. He gets a nick, I think, off Vestergaard. That puts it into the feet of Kasper Schmeichel. Ryan says, how are you watching the game? Like I said before, the game isn't available in the UK, but it is available in other countries, Ryan. Here's Vestergaard. Albrighton. Wide to Soyuncu. Soyuncu back to Schmeichel. Schmeichel. I mean, if you're a real committed fan, Ryan, what you could do is you could buy yourself a plane ticket. I think the plane probably would have left by now. Go to maybe somewhere Holland. You've got to do your COVID test as well, which is 3 days before. It's just not feasible, is it? Forget that idea. You could go and watch it in other countries, my idea. It'd be expensive, and it's not possible, actually. He never got a chance, but he did at Arsenal and did very well. Yeah, but he didn't set the world alight at Arsenal, did they? I don't think he set the world alight at all. Cross comes in, it's behind. Ryan says, what dodgy website are you using? I'm not using a dodgy website, Ryan. Harvey, Mount, Saka, Greenwood, Gabriel, Gray, Andre Gray, or Damari Gray. I think Damari Gray is about 25 now, Harvey. Barnes, Bellingham, Nuno Mendes, Tonali, Donnarumma are all better than Odegaard. It's a good show, actually, Lanky. I'm not sure about Tonali. He's been a bit of a letdown. Here's Dias. Walker. Dias again. Into Laporte. Here's Rodri. Oh, Rodri! Could be a red, this. I don't think it will be, but Rodri's gone to kick the ball there. He's left his studs on Tielemans. He's got a yellow card. Tielemans is writhing around on the floor in the hope Rodri will get a red card. I'm sure VAR will check this now. Ooh. He does pass the ball, Rodri. It could be a red, this. They give a yellow card, but it could easily be a red card on VAR. Studs of the ankle of Tielemans. It wasn't intentional in any way. But we know the way VAR is going. Schmeichel wants a red card. Bernardo Silva's saying, if you pass a football, you've got to put your foot somewhere, haven't you? And in the end, he had to put it down Tielemans' ankle. Forgot Sancho and Donnarumma. They're better than him. I rate him really highly. I don't doubt he's a good player, Emil Smith Rowe. I think there's a quote from Pep Guardiola from years ago when Odegaard was very young, and he said, bring me Martin Odegaard and I'll win the Champions League. I think when he's in Bayern, And that was a quote. They said that Guardiola had said to them in the press, whatever, in discussions. And in the end, Odegaard went to Real Madrid, didn't he? But that was a quote from Pep Guardiola. Whether it's true or not, I've no doubt he's a good player, but I just haven't seen it for so long now. Good tackle by Cancelo and Maddison. Into Grealish. City with a bit of counter-attack now. Jack Grealish and acres of space. Bernardo overlapping on the left-hand side. Grealish. Still Grealish. Wide to Bernardo. Into the box to Ferran Torres. And it was onto the boot of Torres. Brilliant cross from Bernardo. But cleared away from Leicester City. And they're happy to play the game in transitions. Here's Albrighton up against Cancelo. His arms all over Albrighton here. Never a foul, Albrighton. Never a foul on Albrighton there. Took a dive. Unnecessarily. Real Madrid never give him a chance. Yeah, that's true. I don't think Real Madrid did give him a chance, but they have got Isco, who's not so much a good player anymore, but they have got Kroos and Modric, Valverde. It's hard to get in that midfield, isn't it? Here's Grealish up against Castagna one-on-one. Grealish into Ferran Torres. Oh, Ferran on the turn! Shoot, Ferran! Oh, he does, and it's into the hands of Kasper Schmeichel. He went to pass it into Jesus. He was in the box, Ferran Torres. He received it from Jack Grealish. He's in the box here. On the turn, tries to play it between the fullback and centre-back Bertrand and Vestergaard towards either Gundogan or Jesus, who was stood there in position, ready to receive it. And in the end, it fell back to him, but he got it on the turn, tried to hit it with his left foot. And it was into the hands of Schmeichel. Are you going to start a PES 22 career mode with City? Asked Emil Smith-Rowe. Yeah, we actually put out a trailer today, at about 1 o'clock today. Go and have a look on the channel. There's a trailer out. It will start next Saturday. So next Saturday will be the first episode. I had to do all the transfers and the kits, and it's taking me a bit of time, so I had to wait till deadline day finished anyway. But I have started recording that now, and it will be out, the first episode, on Saturday. I think Antonio would start for City. If he can put the ball in the net, he might do. But I don't think so. Oh, Jesus with a shocking pass here straight to Yuri Tillemans. Really bad pass from Gabriel Jesus. Was aiming for Gundogan, got absolutely nowhere near Ilkay Gundogan there, the Brazilian. It was a really poor pass, and then he slid in and got nutmegged as well. And I don't think he was happy with that. As we wait for the game to come back on here. Should be back on in a second, but I like you said about Antonio Smith. I don't think Antonio is a Manchester City sort of player. I agree with you on that one. I don't think he is a City sort of player. But he's only got to score, hasn't he? If he can put the ball in the back of the net, there's a very, very good chance that he'd get in the City side. So here is Jesus on the wide side for City, on the right-hand side. Jesus taking him on. Cross comes in from Gabriel Jesus. Not sure it's worked out, though. Cleared away by Yannick Vestergaard. He's been fantastic, Vestergaard. And then there's a tackle on the far side. Jesus wants a free kick. I don't think he's going to get one. Ryan Bertrand there. In with him. Walker back to Diaz. Laporte. City have been by far the better side there today. Julius has hit the like, exactly. If you can hit the like button, that makes a difference. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. There's Jesus. Trying to be a little bit too clever there, and he's passed back to Gundogan. It's a throw into Manchester City on the right-hand side. City are playing well, working the ball well. They're missing one thing, and it's the thing City tend to miss, which is the ball in the back of the net in these sort of clutch games where it comes down to small margins. That's where a signing like Harry Kane could have come in and made a difference, although I'm not sure Harry Kane... obviously, if Harry Kane played for Manchester City, he'd score goal after goal, but I'm not sure he's the one, for me anyway. And I am sort of glad City dodged a bullet a bit on Harry Kane. Here's Grealish into Bernardo Silva. Cancelo back to Bernardo again. Back heel to Grealish. Back into Bernardo. Bernardo Silva down in the box. Well, he didn't get the ball to the Leicester City player. But Bernardo sort of initiated the contact himself. It's a goal kick. We'll see it here again. Bernardo just hesitated crossing it. Ooh, well, it definitely wasn't not a foul. I mean, Leicester City fans said it was a dive. It's hardly a dive. He did foul Bernardo Silva, but Bernardo sort of put his body in the way to be kicked. So you can't really get a penalty for that. Unless you're Bruno Fernandes, of course. Diaz heads the ball down to Laporte from a long ball from Leicester City. City just knocking the ball around really well. Leicester haven't really had a counter since that early one. Here's Grealish. Got two men on him. Passes it. Cancelo. Don't forget that ball. Oh, lovely little nutmeg by Cancelo on Albright. And then a ball into Bernardo Silva, who just can't get the end of it. But it's fantastic for Joao Cancelo. Little nutmeg on the byline to get past Albright and swings the ball into Bernardo Silva. And Bernardo just swings a leg at it, tries to get something on it. But it's into Schmeichel's hands. And it's looking like we will go in 0-0 at half time. 80 people have voted now. That's good to see. And 80 people have voted mostly in favour of Ferran Torres. 45% of you guys think Ferran Torres will be the first goal scorer. Well, there's a ball in behind it to Vardy and it goes all the way through to Ederson. But good chance there for Leicester straight away. Me saying Ferran's going to score first maybe. Vardy nearly was the man to do that. Vardy's got 15% of the vote now. I think maybe if you guys are watching the game and then voting, you're thinking, oh, well, City look like they've had more of the ball, they're a better side. You know, it's going to be Torres or Grealish. I think, actually, I'd put my money on Vardy scoring first because of the way the game's going, because Vardy thrives, doesn't he, on scoring goals on the counter. Really does. Here's Diaz. Ferran. Walker. Ferran Torres, he's drifted out to the wide right-hand side now. Indeed, he's got his hands all over him here. Ferran Torres dribbles it out to play. Wilfred Ndidi is a very, very good midfielder. He's dogged, isn't it? He'll do anything to win the ball back off you. I'm waiting for the game to come out, says Emil Smith-Rowe. Yeah, well, the new PES isn't coming out, is it, unfortunately? It's eFootball. I'm not looking forward to it, actually. If you look at the graphics comparisons as well, actually, PES 2021 looks more realistic than eFootball, which is incredible. You know, all this time, money spent, all these promises. They were broken promises, weren't they, from Konami? There's Castagna, good pressing from Manchester City. Mark Albrighton. Into Yuri Tillemans. Who's been very good in midfield for Leicester City today. Very, very good. Tillemans again. Over the top by Yuri Tillemans, and that's a really poor ball, especially from his standards. All the way through to Ederson on the edge of his box. Tillemans apologises, and the thing is, City know that Leicester City will thrive from those balls in over the top, the likes of Barnes and Vardy, who really are good runners in behind the City defence. They've got the pace. I think they've got the beating of everyone, barring Kyle Walker. Indeed, he would be a good Fernandinho replacement, says Lanky. He really would be. He really, really would be. But the biggest problem is he plays for Leicester City, and you're talking... I mean, if they get 80 million for Harry Maguire, you must be talking 100 million nearly for Wilfred Ndidi, and City will never, ever spend that sort of money on a holding midfielder. I'm very surprised City spent that money on Jack Grealish. Diaz with the ball over the top here. Tries to switch it to Grealish. Castagna nods it, and Castagna nods it really well. Back to Kasper Schmeichel. The game's just slowed down a little bit here. Leicester have took the sting out of it. Trying to get a bit more possession for themselves. That's a poor kick out from Schmeichel, but Gundogan gives it straight back to Leicester. Ndidi here bursting forward. And that's a poor ball from Wilfred Ndidi. Straight to Laporte. I have to say, Laporte and Diaz have been fantastic today with Vardy so far, who surely gets his annual goal against Manchester City today. Hopefully City are winning 3 or 4-0 by then. Here's Grealish. Great play. Wide to Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Walker, who's come very narrow again. Oh, fires it into Gundogan fantastically. Jesus up the wide right here. Jesus with a cross. It's blocked away. Gundogan nods it away from Ndidi back to Jesus. Then round Wilfred Ndidi, who seems to always have that ability, Ndidi, to leave his feet in, but not foul you. City win it back straight away as well. I think it was Ryan Bertrand. Here's Ferran Torres. Foul by Ndidi, you'd say. Ferran Torres jumps back to his feet. Referee says play on. Rodri on the centre circle. Wide to Kyle Walker. Good pass again from Kyle. Needs to do a bit more of that. Ferran works it wide to Jesus, and his touch lets him down a little bit. He's got to go back to Kyle Walker. Diaz. Here is Laporte. Cancelo. Grealish. Bernardo Silva crossing from Bernardo. Ndidi away. City are knocking on the door, aren't they, of this Leicester City defence. At the moment, they're keeping City out. A lot of crosses being thrown into the box. Don't really have someone who's going to get on the end of them, to be honest with you. Ferran's movement's not quite been there in and around, and Leicester defending really well. Good pass by Diaz into Ferran. Gundogan. Still Ilkay Gundogan. Oh, that's really poor. Walker in there with a tackle on Ndidi. Vardy. Laporte through the back of Jamie Vardy. Oh, it's never a free kick this. A yellow card for Aymeric Laporte. Jamie Vardy has bought that one. Paul Tierney there. How is that a yellow card? I don't know. We'll have to see it again. Oh, Laporte gives Vardy the tiniest of shoves in the back. And Vardy goes down like he's just had his neck broken. He's holding the top of his head. Smart play from Vardy. Poor refereeing from Paul Tierney, who clearly didn't see it. And that's why he's given Laporte the yellow card, which is going to cause Laporte a bit of problems now for the rest of the game, isn't it? He can't make that foul if he needs to. Here is Vardy. Strolling back. Just had his skull broken. Somehow he's playing on. Liam says, anyone know where to watch the match? Well, maybe someone can tell you, Liam, but if you're not in the UK, you'll be able to watch it. It's on the television, televised. Here's Laporte. Dias. Bringing the ball out for the back. Leicester City. A blue wall in front of Dias there as he looks for a pass through. Laporte wide to Jack Grealish. Grealish into Bernardo. Away from Castagna. And Bernardo Silva is offside. That is poor from City. That is really, really poor. Grealish had to pass it there. There was no way around Castagna or the two of the Leicester City players. Bernardo Silva, he's looking right along the line. You expect better of Bernardo Silva, really. He had a very good start to the game, but he's quieting, he's quieting down now, like the rest of the City players, really. And I think Leicester City, this will give them a lot of confidence, really, going into, the game in the second half, if they go in at 0-0. Long ball forward, Laporte nods it away. And Didi there, header Rodri. Gundogan with a touch, great touch, and then nods it on to Kyle Walker. He's looking long, Kyle. I don't think he's going to play that pass when he goes back to Dias. Aymeric Laporte. Dias again. Walker, Dias, City working it along the back line once again. They've done that for most of the game today. City have Leicester City are very well drilled. You can see their formation perfectly. 4 at the back, 2 sitting in front, Maddison in front of them, and then the 3 in front with Vardy, Albrighton, and Barnes. Good pass here for Ferran Torres. They was going to play that pass for Ferran Torres, who's fouled, but there was a perfect pass on there. Now, if that's not a foul, well, it is a foul, but surely if Aymeric Laporte's getting a yellow card, with CJ Maddison getting a yellow card for this, clearly only works one way. It's only a yellow card if you're wearing white, apparently, says Paul Tierney. And Ferran Torres, if he got, around the Leicester City players there, could have played a very killer ball. I think it was Gundogan who was the runner. But City have got a free kick central of the goal. I'd say, 30 yards out. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 31, 32 yards out. Bernardo Silva and Ilkay Gundogan over it. And Gundogan is wearing the captain's armband. Could we see the captain take this? I think Gundogan is someone you'd probably trust to take this, isn't it? Really. Schmeichel barking orders his wall. 4 men in the Leicester City wall. Dias has come over to just do a bit of a talking with Ilkay Gundogan. Maybe giving him suggestions of what he should do here. I don't think they're quite sure yet, as they discuss between them. What is the way to do it? It's a cross in towards Laporte, who nods it down to Grealish. Here's Grealish. And Leicester City clear it away. That's poor from City. Really poor. Oh, Ferran Torres with a chance. Gundogan on the rebound. Leicester City throwing bodies at it. Somehow it fell to Torres. He missed it. Away this time by Vestergaard. I tell you what, Leicester City don't half throw their bodies in the way of chances. Cancelo. Shocking ball. These 2 players out wide here for Cancelo to pick out. In Gundogan and Bernardo, and he picked neither. Cross comes in here from Laporte, and I think it's Dias who gets his head in it. Ball fell back out to Gundogan, who had a shot after Ferran missed his. And now Leicester City counter. Wilfred Ndidi. Maddison in acres of space. Maddison on the turn. Ball through to Vardy. Here's Vardy! And Laporte got across quick enough. But Vardy there, we know his quality. I think if he got past Laporte, that's 1-0 Leicester City. Bernardo Silva out on this left-hand side. We've had a good first 15 minutes or so, but he's sort of been poor since then. Cancelo's not been great either. Cancelo into Roderick. Good play. Well done, Roderick. Grealish up against 3 men here. See you later, Castagna. Castagna's still fouling Grealish. Grealish still away from him. Oh, and then Grealish's pass is blocked by Maddison. City are trying, aren't they? It's not for lack of trying, City, but not working. Gundogan here. Good little movement onto his left foot. Gundogan has a strike from range and it rolls into the hands of Kasper Schmeichel. Grealish worked it wide to Gundogan. He cut back inside and his left foot had a strike. Went through about 3 or 4 Leicester City legs, but bowled its way into the hands of the goalkeeper. Just not there for City at the moment, is it? Long ball by Schmeichel. Chase for Cancelo against Albrighton, but the ball does work its way out of play for a throw-in. I think Brendan Rodgers will be the happier of the two managers, really. His side have defended well. The only thing they need to improve on is the counter-attacking area of the game. They've had about 2 counter-attacks that have nearly been there. If they can get a few more, I think they'll take the lead. Walker. Jesus. Well played, Jesus. Took a poor touch, but made up for it. Managed to work the ball back to Kyle Walker. Walker with a switch of play to Jack Grealish. Takes it in his stride brilliantly, Grealish. Here is Jack Grealish. Takes to the byline. Grealish lifts it to the far post. There's no one there. Jesus arriving. Jesus with a strike. It's a save from Schmeichel. Jesus had the most chances here. Everything comes down this left-hand side unless the City counter. But no, they don't, because Kyle Walker is an absolute machine. He's played the attacking pass and he gets back and stops that counter. But Jesus had all the chances. Everything comes down the left-hand side. Everything comes through Jack Grealish. Brilliant skill. Takes to the byline. Lofts it to the far post. Jesus is late. Very late to arrive in there. But when he does arrive, he hits it straight at Schmeichel. But he made a good save. Bernardo Silva's offside again here. But brilliant from Grealish. Brilliant from Grealish. Jesus got to arrive earlier than that, hasn't he? If he arrives earlier here, Jesus gambles on that ball where we know where Grealish is going to put it, really. And he puts it in the back of the net. Instead, he takes it on his chest. He has a strike. And it's blocked away. Schmeichel's made quite a few saves, actually, early on. So 2 minutes of added time in this first half. And then we'll have a little break over half-time. You guys can talk amongst yourself. Please do voting. Keep voting. We've hit 100 votes now, which is good to see. Schmeichel long from the free kick for Bernardo Silva being stupidly offside again. That's poor from Cancelo. Oh, it's really poor from Cancelo. Oh, and Bernardo Silva. It's a corner. Albrighton there. Kicks into Bernardo and wins himself a corner. Well, Leicester with a good chance here. Right at the end of the game. Right at the end of the game could Leicester City get a goal. Big men like Vestergaard and Soyuncu in the box. Hopefully not, but would be typical City, wouldn't it? Mark Albrighton. Swings one in. Nodded away, I think it was from Diash. Here's Maddison. Cross comes in. It's good defending from City again. Ferran Torres this time getting back. It's another corner. Imagine if City had someone who could put the ball in the, in the back of the net. Leicester getting men in the box. So, another cross for Leicester. Everyone's waiting. Good movement from the big men. Cross comes in. Towards Vestergaard. It's over Yannick Vestergaard. It must have been pretty high, that cross, to miss his head. All 6'7" of him. And it is behind for a goal kick. And that is half time. Manchester City 0, Leicester City 0. City have had all the chances. City probably should have got a goal or two. Our finishing's letting us down. There's no surprises there. Is there absolutely no surprises there. But I think he's a positive. We've played really well. Grealish has been live on that left-hand side as he usually is. It's just now finding that ball to put in the back of the net. We haven't quite found that killer pass and can keep controlling that counter. We've controlled the counter very well, very well. So I'm going to have a break over half-time. I'm just going to get a drink and something to eat. And we'll see you guys after the second half. And what I'll do is just before the second half, we'll go through the other games around the league as well. So I will be back a little bit early. We'll see you guys very, very soon.
Got enough of every melody, they all sound the same. Yeah, for my broken heart, no remedy. But maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Memories now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. We can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions.
Welcome back to the We Are City channel. Back again for the second half of Manchester City versus Leicester, which is not too far away now. We did say we'd come back a little bit early to recap on the other 3 o'clock games. A lot have kicked off. And, well, they're all 0-0. They're all 0-0 barring one. So we'll just have a look at them. I'll tell you what they are. So, Manchester City are 0-0, of course, as we know. Norwich are 0, Arsenal 0, Brentford 0, Brighton 0. We've got Southampton 0, West Ham 0, Watford 0, Wolves 0, and the only team that have scored are Manchester United that are beating Newcastle 1-0. A goal from 2 yards out, a tap-in at the end of the first half after the goalkeeper dropped it, and that is from Cristiano Ronaldo. He's absolutely inevitable, isn't he, Cristiano Ronaldo? We always knew it was going to happen. We always knew he was going to score, and he has scored in his debut. So, the new face of the Premier League, they'll be saying, I think, soon. And United fans will be voting for that one as goal of the month, won't they? We're not too far away from the second half now, where we get to see City take on Leicester. And the one, I think I was pretty positive. People who know me, maybe not always so positive about Manchester City. I was pretty positive in that first half. But just to put a sort of a realistic perspective on it, we've seen this film before, haven't we? We've seen this movie before, in a way, of City dominating a game, City having plenty of chances, City not putting those chances in the back of the net and getting punished on the counter-attack. And unfortunately, at the moment, it looks like it might go that way unless City do get an early goal in that second half. They're going to be chasing the game unless the City will go and get a goal that really does end City's, hopes of getting 3 points here today at the King Power Stadium. So City have got to put the ball in the back of the net. Ferran Torres is having one of those games where Ferran Torres just doesn't exist. He either scores or he doesn't exist, and that is a big issue because he's pretty much the only striker we've got. Raheem Sterling's on the bench, of course, but his form in Evolution hasn't been fantastic. Riyad Mahrez, who not started the season incredibly well, he did get a goal the other week. And Phil Foden, who I'd like to see come on. Kevin De Bruyne, of course, he's my number one to come on. But I don't think we should risk De Bruyne if, knowing that what we do know is he has done something with his ankle ligaments, and it could mean, 9 months out if he was to make them worse. So City have got to be very, very careful and manage De Bruyne a lot, I think, anyway, to make sure that we don't make that any worse. But from a Leicester City point of view, you'd be looking at the game thinking, yeah, City have been all over us, and yeah, we've rode our luck a bit at times, but the players have put the bodies on the line, the players have defended well, and if we can hit them on the counter, which we know we've got the quality to, players like Maddison, Ndidi, Tielemans, they can play those forward passes to Barnes and Vardy, who will get on the end of things. They will make the runs, they will put the effort in, and they will get on the end of things, and that could mean a goal. So I think Leicester, I think it's hard to say, isn't it, since I'm a City fan, but I think Leicester will be more confident going into the second half. I definitely think so. The game is going in a direction which suits them a lot. But we're not far away now from the second half. 117 votes, thank you very much. That's great to see all of you guys getting the votes in. Let's hope we don't concede. I really hope we can win this so we can silence the haters, says Sean. Hopefully so. We should be 2-0 up, says Conrad. That's agreed. Robert wants City to beat these lot. So we'll have to see how it goes. Apologies if I didn't read your comments out earlier. I've just seen them now. YouTube can be a pain sometimes, can't it? And it sends through the messages ages late. So your guys' messages have all just come through. But all just come through now. But you're quite right, Conrad. We should be 2-0 up. Should be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-0 up, shouldn't we, really? There's so many chances that we do have. We'll just have to see how this second half goes. Like I said, we can look at it in a negative point away and say we've seen this before, City not scoring the chances and being punished. But looking at the positive perspective, City have been all over Leicester City. City have been the better side. City have created the chances. Leicester have hardly created anything, barring 2 chances. One early on and one for Vardy, which Laporte cut out. The yellow cards to Laporte and Rodri could be a bit of an issue when Leicester City get in the counter. Rodri can't make any of those tactical fouls that you'd see Fernandinho make, and Laporte certainly can't either, considering he probably would be the last man. So it's interesting. It's very interesting to see how it's going to go in this second half. But out come the players. Gabriel Jesus. He could do with a goal, couldn't he? He's had a few chances here today. None quite gone his way. Hit them both at Kasper Schmeichel. And Jack Grealish there. He's been fantastic as well, I think, Jack Grealish in that first half. Created so many chances. Andrew's confident of a City win. I hope we don't concede his MCITB. That's I mean, if City don't concede, then I think they will go on and win this game. It's just a matter of putting the ball in the net, isn't it? And as crazy it is, I mean, I'm sure all you guys see it, you know. What's City's biggest problem? Putting the ball in the net, and we didn't address that in the transfer window, did we, unfortunately, which is very, very frustrating. A club of City's size, a club with the way City are run, City do have some issues, and you know, we're not completely perfect, no club is, but City should have signed someone who can put the ball in the back of the net, shouldn't they? I think that is something we can clearly see, whether it's short term to bring in someone next summer that was the long term option, whether it's someone that is maybe needs a bit of work on them, but they can put the ball in the back of the net. It's hard to know, isn't it? It's hard to know which way it should go. And City have had a lot of problems off the field as well with the ticketing system at the moment, which I think is causing a lot of fans to say, we're not going to go to games anymore because it is that bad. So let's hope that improves. You know, you're a multi-million-pound club and you're getting things wrong, which shouldn't be the case, especially in a ticketing situation. We should win so we can get revenge for the Community Shield. Well, that's a good one, MCITV. I struggled getting that one out there, didn't I? Yeah, quite right. City should get revenge for that Charity Shield game, but the Charity Shield doesn't mean anything, does it really? It's funny when City win it, it's not a trophy, but when Leicester City won it, it is a trophy. Julius' Leicester are never an easy side to beat, so let's not underestimate them. Man City all the way, just making it a tough way of it. Yeah, well, they always make things tough, don't they? They do things the City way, as we say. So second half is underway, about 30 seconds in. And I expect the second half to go a similar way to the first half. City will play the ball across the back line. Will look to break down Leicester City. Bernardo, Gundogan will make important runs in those sort of 3-8 positions. And it's down to the likes of Jesus, Ferran Torres, Jack Grealish, in a way, he's more of a creator, to put the ball in the back of the net. And if we can do that, then I think we will win this game. But as a very wise man, Michael Owen, once said, the team that scores the most goals wins. And that's quite right, isn't it, Michael? So here's Ryan Bertrand for Leicester City. Harvey Barnes, and he goes all the way back to Yannick Vestergaard. He's played a couple of good passes forward. That is by far one of his biggest attributes, isn't it, Yannick Vestergaard, the passes forward. Here is, I'm sure that is Castagna, I think. So Soyuncu under pressure from Jack Grealish, goes back to his goalkeeper. Grealish keeps the press on. Schmeichel. Wide he goes. Oh, brilliant skill from Castagna. Laporte's on the yellow card. They play advantage. Leicester City are in here. To the far post to Harvey Barnes with a header, and it's off the bar. Leicester City should be in front. Aymeric Laporte also probably should be off the field. That is the second yellow card, but I think Tierney knows the first one wasn't a yellow card, so he's let him off there. Ball lifted to the far post here. Defence stretched. Laporte gone missing. Vardy gets him behind. Fires it to the far post to Barnes. Nice header. And it tips the top of the bar and over. City very, very lucky at the start of this half. Very, very lucky. Laporte, I think, is there apologising to his teammates. The whole back line shifted towards the left-hand side of the field there. That was shocking. MCITV, he had a heart attack there. That was poor from City defensively. Very, very poor. Wasn't a simple chance for Barnes, though, by the way. You know, it was a very hard header to pull off. I would have, you know, I think I would have struggled. I'm not much of a header of a football anyway. If you watch that Euro 2020 series, you'll have seen that in one of the challenges. Ball over top here by Cancelo into Ferran Torres. And he just hits it into the hands of Schmeichel on a cross. Ferran has been terrible. I'd take Torres off straight away. He either scores or he does nothing. No in between. I think they're showing the replay of where Aymeric Laporte could have been off the field. Of course, in the end, that didn't happen. But it very easily could have been Aymeric Laporte getting a red card. And understandably. Because, I mean, Laporte was silly there, wasn't it? He was silly, and it could have really backfired. I mean, if he gets a red card there, then it's a totally different game, isn't it? City are sitting back. City are trying to hit maybe Leicester City more on the counter-attack, although City do want to be on the ball. I'm just trying to get the game back on here. Like I said, do bear with me at times. We won't always be able to watch this game fully through. I think everyone knows the situation people are in at the moment, don't they? Unfortunately, due to this very crazy 3 PM blackout. That, I mean, it's been in place for a very long time. It's not like it's just come about, sort of thing. But it is frustrating. So we'll have to see what's going on. But Leicester City very good on the counter. They were very, very good on the counter. And the City, that's something City have to watch out for, isn't it? They've got to be careful because when they do get on the counter, Leicester City, the likes of Vardy and Barnes, like we said, they are the runners in behind. And that's something City struggle with, isn't it? You know, we haven't got that pace at the back, barring Kyle Walker to an extent. I'm just trying to get the game on here. Should do. So 50 minutes played in today's game. Let's see if we can get it back on here. Still waiting. I think it's an odd decision, really, to have it in this way, where some of the games aren't shown, especially when there's so many games all at one time. We should be back in business here. Hopefully. And we are back in business. 50 minutes gone. City versus Leicester City. We're back in business. So throwing from Ilkay Gundogan here. The Ash. Into Laporte. Into Ferran Torres, who's pulled down here. But it looked like he was pulled down. The free kick's gone the other way. Yannick Vestergaard is apparently fouled. Gary says his other team, Bolton Wanderers, have just scored 4 away at Ipswich. Wow, well done to them, Gary. I've actually been to Bolton and watched them play. I think they played Brentford, who are now in the Premier League, aren't they? And I think they won 1-0. Ball forward by Leicester. Albrighton in behind here. Jamie Vardy chasing it in behind. Cleared away by Laporte. Only thing he could do. Vardy making those runs in behind. Here's Soyuncu. All the way back he goes to Schmeichel. City have got to do a bit better in, you know, controlling the counter attacks and putting the ball in the net. They've really got to start putting the ball in the net. Kasper Schmeichel on the ball for Leicester City, looking to find that pass forward if he can. Not sure where he can play it though. The ball in behind here. On the port, just clears it away. And Vardy likes to play on the shoulder of the defence, doesn't it? Which makes a big difference. Especially, I mean, against City. That's City's kryptonite, isn't it, really? Ball's in behind. Here's Diash. Walker. Walker goes all the way back to Ederson here. Ederson into Rodri. Rodri into the wide man. Ball forward here to Ferran. Flag stays down. Great tackle from Soyuncu. Well, Ferran Torres have made a good run there. I'm not sure if he's onside or not. The flag stayed down. Takes it on his chest, Ferran Torres. Ready to hit it. And it's a good tackle by Soyuncu. Last ditch attempt. But he did really well. He's onside. It's Ryan Bertrand. Why can't Ferran get his shot off? He's going to be quicker, hasn't he? Vardy would have put that in the back of the net, I think, that chance. So corner for Manchester City. 52 minutes played. Crossing, header on it. Bobbles around the box here. And Grealish has to chase it as Leicester City clear it away. Grealish. Rodri. Jesus. Into Rodri. Still City. Here's Walker. Gundogan on the ball now for City. Into Kyle Walker. Wide to Jack Grealish. Grealish brings the ball forward for them. Into Walker. Swings one into the far post. It's so overhit by Kyle Walker. And in the end, just drops into the hands of Kasper Schmeichel. Really poor cross from Walker. Any bit of, curl on that cross and he might work its way into, the head of Bernardo Silva or Ferran Torres. But in the end, it's a really poor cross from Kyle Walker. Lets himself down, really. In a position where, if he played a decent cross, they've got a good chance. Here's Gundogan in behind here. Jesus, had a Bertrand Jesus. Great physicality. Up against Vestergaard as well, Jesus. And in the end, he's bullied by Yannick Vestergaard. He's bigger, stronger. And Jesus can't get on the end of it. Leicester City get the ball away. Frustrating. Here's Tillemans. Vestergaard. Indeedy, Tillemans. Oh, he's caught out, Tillemans, and City on the attack here. City can't work it forward again. It's won back by Yannick Vestergaard. And away by Leicester City. Ryan Bertrand bursting forward here. And it's Indeedy. Maddison counter for Leicester City. Wide he goes to Albright and goes Maddison, but it's massively overhit, that pass. Massively overhit. But Maddison should expect himself to do a lot better there in that position, really. Gundogan, City go forward once again. Gundogan in behind. Chance! Oh, Ferran Torres! Great ball by Gundogan in behind. Ferran Torres there. Chance to finish. Chance to finish and he's missed. And that is right, Margaret. You're quite right there. Newcastle have scored against United. It's Javier Manquillo with a goal. Gary says at least Newcastle have equalised at United. What a chance. What a goal. I haven't seen it, but right side of the box, Manquillo with a screamer maybe. Well done, Manquillo. Shows that Cristiano Ronaldo's changed everything, doesn't it? He won't run back, Ronaldo, will he? He'll be stood in the box, probably throwing a tantrum. As usual. Here's Dias. Walker. Gundogan. Walker again. Good movement from Ferran. Oh, Ferran gives it away. Luckily, Vardy don't get on the end of it. Here's Bernardo Silva at the left-hand side for City. Jack Grealish. City just can't break them down. Bernardo again. Great skill. Cross it, Bernardo. Oh, my word. He goes back. Cancelo now. Gundogan! And he heads it up and over the bar. Good cross from Cancelo. Poor finish from Ilkay Gundogan. How can we rely on a player who plays at holding midfield at times to be our striker to score the goals for us, Ilkay Gundogan? It's just, what do you expect? Torres now level with Grealish and 37%. Ferran Torres should have a goal. Ferran Torres should have a goal. And that poll, I was hoping I could end that poll pretty early in the match. Who will be the first scorer? We can end it because we find out, but we might never see a goal scorer in this game. It's been one of them games really for City. Here's Soyuncu. Schmeichel. Soyuncu again. And back to Schmeichel again. Playing a couple of 1-2s with each other. Schmeichel pass out to Bertrand, which is a poor one. Over the head of Ryan Bertrand and throwing to City on this right-hand side. Here's Walker. Gundogan. Aymeric Laporte. Bernardo Silva. Brings the ball forward for City. Grealish. Into Rodri. Rodri back to Ruben Dias. Walker. City work the ball forward slowly. Jesus under pressure from Bertrand. He's done really well here, Jesus. He's got to find the pass though, then, and he doesn't. Gives it straight to Vestergaard, who cuts it out, and they're looking for the counter here, Leicester. Vardy lays it off well. Mark Albrighton. Parking the bus against City here, Leicester. Happy for a 0-0, it seems. Good interception from Cancelo, but it's not enough. Ferran Torres working hard. Can't win it back off Ndidi. Oh, that's a terrible ball by Leicester. Diaz fires it into Gundogan. Rodri. He's got 3 men on the left of him. He's gone to the right, though, to Gabriel Jesus. Walker. Wide to Bernardo Silva. In behind to Jack Grealish. Up against Soyuncu. Got 2 on him. He's past Castagna, Grealish. Rodri. Cancelo. Bernardo Silva. Into the box. Cleared away by Vestergaard. Grealish picks up on the edge of the box. Jack Grealish. Oh, and he puts one. Tries a shot, Grealish. Into Rowe's head. Terrible strike from Jack Grealish. Not what he was looking to do by any means. City are just... No finishes, have we? No finishes. And then the fact that we can't put the ball in the back of the net leads to frustration in the team. And then eventually the team just start just kicking the, you know, having shots, pot shots. And it's very frustrating. We need some Man City goals now, says Margaret. We'll be waiting a while. I don't think we're going to see one today. By the way, City have been trying to finish their chances. Tielemans, shocking pass. He's had a second half. He want to forget Gundogan. Skips past Tielemans. Maddison in the back of Ilkay Gundogan. If he'd gone down holding his head there, he might have got a yellow card for him. Great play by Cancelo here. Bernardo, back to Laporte. City feels laboured, doesn't it? City's build-up and attacking. Rodri, wide to Grealish. Really nice pass. Jack 1-on-1 with Castagna. Cuts onto his right foot. Cancelo. Ferran Torres just lets it bobble through to Schmeichels. He can't touch it down. Get anything on it. I mean, it's time for a change now. Manager. Guardiola. Time for a change now. Ugh. Stop updating us on United, Margaret. Ronaldo scored his second, has it? Another tap-in. No doubt. Or was it a wonder goal? Here's Maddison. Oh, it's a counter for Leicester City. Maddison in behind here. It's over towards Harvey Barnes. Up against Walker. Barnes into his left foot across the box and Laporte away. And City get it away. Jay's under pressure in his own box here. Ooh, he's managed to clear it away though. Barnes bullied out the pitch there by Kyle Walker. So Leicester City to make a change. And I think it's Johnny Evans coming on. So is that another defensive change from Leicester? It wouldn't surprise me. It is Johnny Evans who's coming on. And Vestergaard's coming off. Actually, he's not going to a back 5, which is a positive thing. I thought he was going to go to a back 5 there. So like substitution, Evans to Vestergaard. I think Vestergaard has been injured, hasn't he, recently? And Evans just come back from injury. So sharing the game time between them. So off he comes. So Vestergaard off. Johnny Evans on. They're applauding him as he goes off. Feels like he's been going off forever on this. We have to silence the haters as soon as possible, says Sean. Yeah, possibly. I don't really care what people think, to be honest. City aren't very well liked, but are United very well liked? Not many teams are very well liked, are they? So, here's City coming forward now. Diaz. Rodri. Scrappy there. Does it work the ball through? Well, I hate to break the news to you guys, but City have scored. City have scored. I've just jumped about 3 minutes from where I'm watching this. Manchester City have scored. It's Bernardo Silva. So you're all wrong in the poll. So there you are. City have scored. Bernardo Silva. This 3 p.m. blackout. What a joke. What an absolute joke. So Manchester City have scored through Bernardo Silva. So you're all wrong on the poll. I haven't seen the goal. Jumping all over the place here. I haven't seen the goal. But City have scored. Bernardo Silva. And Raheem Sterling has come on. He's come on for Ferran Torres up top. City might park the bus now. But I haven't even seen the goal, so I can't tell you what happened, but City have scored. City with a crossing out to Jack Grealish. Damp squib, you should have given us an exciting build-up and finish, says Julie. Well, if I'd seen it, I could have done that, but I haven't seen it. For 1 minute, TV stopped. The next minute it's playing. I see that Jesus has come on, that Sterling's come on for Ferran Torres. I think, oh, I'll tell people that. And I look at the scoreboard and it's 1-0 Manchester City. So, unfortunately, these are the problems you get when the Premier League just continue to do the working man over. There you are. Although I wouldn't call myself a working man, eh? Here's Soyuncu. Long ball forward and Cancelo on the end of it. But City are winning 1-0, so you can relax a little bit. 1-0 City. Bernardo Silva with a fantastic goal. Well, because we haven't seen it, let's just describe it as a 40-yard screamer, top bins, and it was incredible. That's all I can tell you. I've no idea. Here's Soyuncu. Johnny Evans. Soyuncu again. Wide. In behind here, and good interception by Joao Cancelo. Grealish. Laporte. Long ball forward. Soyuncu up against Bernardo Silva, who jumps into Soyuncu there. It was a foul. And then Grealish fouls Ndidi, who just throws himself. It's Tillemans actually just chucks himself to the floor. Grealish can't believe. Ndidi's got his arm in the face of Grealish now. Lanky says, is Bernardo trying to prove that the manager deserves to stay or prove to other clubs to move away? I think it's the latter, actually, Lanky. He has to leave the club, didn't he? It's not that the club wanted him to leave. I think he wants to go back to Spain, doesn't he? Bernardo, well, back to Spain. Has he ever played in Spain? I don't think so, but he wants to go to Spain, Bernardo Silva. Fair play to him. I think he's had enough of the weather in England and decided, you know what, Madrid or Barcelona or somewhere in the south of Spain, central Spain, sounds a lot better to him. Well done, Bernardo Silva. Good interception. Bernardo. He will leave, I think, Bernardo Silva next summer. He will leave. But I think City might get a bit of a better price for him. Here's Ruben Dias. Bringing the ball out with the back for Manchester City. Into Kyle Walker. Back he goes to Dias. Laporte. City working the ball around the back as they have done all game. And it's paid off in the form of Bernardo Silva's goal. I can see Valencia Sevilla. Well, Valencia's got no money, Lanky. They're also about 15th in La Liga last season. Sevilla, possibly. I don't think he's the sort of player they signed, though. You know, Monchi, the sporting director over at Sevilla, he wants to sign players with the idea of selling them on for more money in the future. They don't tend to sign older players. Here's Ruben Dias. Good pass into Gundogan. City look immediately more confident since the goal. Jesus. Oh, good cross into Sterling. Oh my word, Raheem Sterling. Imagine if you could have if you had a decent first touch. Good cross into Sterling, and it fires up off his knee, and he can't get it under control to shoot. Here's Rodri, Walker, wide to Jesus. This is better from Manchester City. Good run from Sterling, by the way. Great run from Sterling. Here's Raheem Sterling. Sterling pulls it back to Grealish, and indeed he's there to just watch it away and pass it out to Bertrand calmly. Vardy with a good knock on there. They signed Papu Gomez from Atalanta, though. Yeah, they did this from Atalanta, sorry. They did sign Papu Gomez, but he cost €5 million. Bernardo Silva's going to cost, what, €55 million, €60 million? There's a big difference there, isn't there? They won't sign someone for that sort of money without resale. Here's Cancelo. Lost the ball there for a second, but he's done really well with it. Rodri back to Bernardo Silva. Basically playing like left back now, Bernardo. Dias. Walker. Ball forward to Sterling. Cleared away. Harvey Barnes. Vardy. Tielemans. Leicester looking to attack here. Albrighton. In behind here. Joao Cancelo intercepts. Sean's happy with the 1-0 lead. Here's Rodri. Look at the run from Bernardo, Rodri, you clown. Play it 10 minutes ago. Bernardo Silva's offside. That's Rodri's fault, not Bernardo Silva's fault. Why do you take 10 minutes to pass the ball, Rodri? Just play it first time. Lanky says 5. That's a good bargain. Yeah, a massive bargain. €5 million for him. Oh, he's City on the attack again. Sterling. Oh, he doesn't know where the ball is, Sterling. He somehow kept it. Sterling. Jesus in the battle there with Evans. That is really bad from Sterling for the cross. Really, really bad cross. Best Portuguese in Manchester, says Lanky. Quite possibly. I think the Premier League will do everything to try and get Ronaldo to lift the title this season, won't they? It's good for their views. And Ederson's out of his goal here. He's bored already. Here's Rodri. City are just passing it round Leicester here. Struggling to keep up with City now. Cancelo. See you later, Albrighton. Great pace from Cancelo. Needs a pass, needs a pass, needs a pass. Oh, nearly. Cancelo does well though. Gundogan still. Gundogan running into the box here. Gundogan, a shot that's just kicked straight at Sayunchi. He wants handball. About 1 yard away from him. Barnes into Vardy. Rodri clatters Maddison. Looked like a foul. Referee says play on. Jesus is wide for Walker here. Walker. Shoots and ooh, it's a bit like a dip on that one. Schmeichel has to palm it up and over the bar. They were standing off Walker there because I think they thought they wouldn't hit it. Unfortunately, Walker hit it right down the middle. Corner for Manchester City. 71 minutes of football played. Not too long left now. Not too long left now. Hopefully, we're going to see a win here. Arsenal have scored against Norwich City. Let's see who scored that. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Arsenal have had 22 shots in the game to Norwich's 8. Battered them. Cross comes in from City. Far post is Rodri. Grealish. Down the line to Dias. Pulls it back. Laporte and Jesus in each other's path. It's behind for a goal kick, but that there, Jesus, Laporte, one of them's going to shout to say they've got that. I think Laporte, it was perfect for him to hit it, really. No other goals around the Premier League. But Oni, Aubameyang, Ronaldo, Manquillo, and Bernardo Silva have put the ball in the back of the net today. Across all the Premier League games, and a lot kicked off at the same time, didn't they? I'm very surprised they did so many 3 o'clock kickoffs, actually. So substitution for Leicester City, number 37, Adelola Lookman comes on. Maddison's coming off for Iheanacho. Well, he's bound to score, isn't he, Iheanacho? I tell you what, we could do with Iheanacho now, couldn't we? Just someone who can put the ball in the net. Iheanacho's good at that. So Lookman's on. He's going to have a run at Kyle Walker. Albrighton has come off. First touch is for Iheanacho. Ball in behind to Vardy and well read by Aymeric Laporte, who's been class again today, Aymeric Laporte. Walker's gone back to Ederson. Ederson clears it away. Bernardo takes it down. Cancelo. Give it Jack Grealish. Give it Grealish. Here is Jack. Oh, he takes it past one and past Sayuncu, and then he's fouled. It's a free kick to Manchester City. It's a foul on Grealish. Sayuncu's apologising to Grealish. Definitely a yellow card here for Sayuncu as Grealish takes it round both of them and in behind. Hopefully he's going to be okay here, Grealish. Sayuncu seems actually very concerned for Grealish. Who'll be the next captain after Kevin De Bruyne, says Lanky? I'm not quite sure, actually. That's a good question. Maybe Dias. Good chance of it, I think. Ooh, Sayuncu there. Clatters Grealish, but punches him in the face accidentally. but does catch him in the face on the way through. Yellow card for Grealish has split his lip. So another bit of blood on the field. Ederson first, and now Grealish, whose face is bleeding. He wipes it on the grass, Jack Grealish. He says to the ref he doesn't need to come off. Might end up with a fat lip, though, when he goes home. Oh, Wolves have scored. They take the lead against Watford. It's an own goal. So still the same goal scorers. Gundogan swings one in here. Head away by Soyuncu. Good pressing from Gundogan, but it's not enough. Good work there. Iheanacho's on the counter here. Walker's going to get tight to him. It's a nutmeg on Walker. Cancelo beaten physically. He's had a lot of luck, man. What a save from Ederson. What a save from Ederson. Saving Manchester City there. Iheanacho. Little nutmeg on Kyle Walker. And he were gone. Cancelo tries to win it back, but physically just not strong enough. Ends up on the deck. Lookman goes to the shot. I mean, he could have took it round Ederson there, but Ederson comes out quick off his line. Smothers the shot. Well done, Ederson. Difference between 3 points and 1 point there. Iheanacho, brilliant play from him. Swinging from Leicester. Free header. Sterling's lost his header. Jesus lost his header. Vardy into Iheanacho. He's onside apparently. Iheanacho's took a dive in the box. Diving against his old team. Not nice to see, is it? Kelechi Iheanacho. Let's watch this again from Iheanacho. Oh, Iheanacho. He's gone down like he's just had his leg broke. And as soon as the ref doesn't give it... Oh, it's a disgusting dive, that, from Iheanacho. They should be pulling out the yellow card for him there. Lanky says Eddie, man of the match. Yeah, he's made 2 crucial saves, Ederson, hasn't he? 2 big saves at big moments. Here's Diaz. Into Laporte. That was not... I mean, the commentators here are talking about contact. There was contact. There wasn't any contact with Iheanacho. He just flopped to the ground as soon as Gundogan even looked at him. Here's Cancelo. Grealish. Tackled. Laporte keeps it in. Bernardo nods it down. Cancelo. Handball? He'll have to cut his arms off, Joao Cancelo, not to get handball there. His hands were next to his face. Poor decision from the referee. Here's Kasper Schmeichel. He's actually a very composed goalkeeper on the ball, isn't he, Kasper Schmeichel? Oh, they give it away here. Bernardo Silva. Good pass. Gundogan. Wake up, Ilkay, because Lookman's on you. Oh, Gundogan. Terrible pass from Ilkay Gundogan to Sterling. Really, really bad ball. Cancelo picks it up. City need to stop rushing. Pick the Reds up and pick the pass. Cancelo into Rodri. Jack Grealish. Acres of space for Grealish here. Oh, what a ball by Grealish. Sterling! Behind for a corner here. Goal kick. Sterling had to do something with that. Brilliant ball from Grealish. Great vision. Inventiveness. To pick something out like that. Sterling's onside. He's going to hit this, Sterling. Lets it bounce and then just puts it out for a goal kick up and over the keeper. Sterling just doesn't seem to perform in a City shirt at the moment, does he? He hasn't done for 12 months or so. And with 2 years left in his contract, perhaps we're going to see him try and force a move away on the cheap. Soyuncu. Schmeichel. Just under 80 minutes of the game played. Brian Bertrand. KDB needs to come on and change the control and tempo. You're quite right, Lanky. I just don't think they're going to risk him. I don't think he is fully fit by any means. I think they would have brought him on today if necessary. But I think they'll try and ride it out without him. I think Foden as well. Similar sort of scenario, but I don't think he'll come on. Here's Soyuncu. All over the top here. Headed down by Diaz. Gundogan round the corner. Oh, what? Johnny Evans. He's taken a tumble now like he's been fouled. I don't know what Raheem Sterling did to him there. Just looked at him. Little arm in the back, says Paul Tierney. Another poor decision. Another poor decision. Here's Tillemans. Ball in behind here. Dias. Away to Bernardo. Well played. Oh, Bernardo until the pass. Well done, Bernardo. He's trying to win it back. And Leicester City have had all the possession here later on in the game. Could do with a Grealish goal here. Oh, he's a chance here. Oh, Ederson saved it. What is the back line doing there? They're all confused. Ederson came out and just picked it up off Iheanacho's feet, but what are they doing? Oh, Bruno Fernandes just scored for United. Is it a penalty, Gary? It's good for me fantasy team. That's all I care about now. I don't worry about real football anymore. All I care about is my fantasy team. Lanky says, don't cry, Gary. They'll lose to Brighton soon, the fraudulent club. Yeah, they always lose to Brighton United, don't they? They've got a thing about Brighton. Unless they get a penalty after the final whistle's gone, like last season. Cancelo, oh. Gabriel Jesus has half the pitch to himself and they still couldn't find him. Here's indeed into Tillemans. Vardy's an acre at offside here. He knows it himself, frustrated with his team. Brendan Rodgers looks frustrated with his team. They've done nothing, Leicester, have they really? They've had a few good counter-attacks, which is what they rely on most, and especially when they play against City. Well, this is a good substitution. Fernandinho is set to come on for Manchester City. That sounds like the right thing to do, doesn't it? He'll put a couple of tackles in. Bruno is overrated, says Sean. I don't think he's the best in the world like they seem to make out him to be. I think he does rely incredibly on penalties. But since he's my captain, he's now got 14 points from me in Fantasy Premier League. I'm coming back from the 17th position. Diaz back to Ederson here. Ederson hits this long up to Evans, who nods it into Ndidi, who takes it down very, very calmly. Very, very well played from Wilfred Ndidi. Goals all around. Come on, City, let's have another, says Margaret. Well, another, I think, will kill the game off. Not quite seeing that yet. Here's Tillemans. Ndidi. Lookman. Into Bertrand. Back to Lookman again. Played for quite a couple of Premier League clubs now, hasn't he, Adeloma Lookman? After impressing at 16 at Charlton, was linked with the likes of City, United, Chelsea, Liverpool. Made the move to Everton. I think he scored a goal against City, didn't he, that game where we lost 4-0. There's a ball forward here. Laporte's ready. Vardy takes it down. Vardy looking for a shot or a cross. He gives it into Barnes. Albrighton swings on Iheanacho with a free header. And he just can't get the power on it. And he nods it behind for a goal kick. But yeah, Lookman's played for a lot of teams now. Fulham, Everton. He played for Crystal Palace on loan at one point. Leicester City now as well. Iheanacho always in the right place at the right time, isn't he? Lucky for him. He's put it wide. Lucky for Manchester City he has. And Fernandinho is set to come on for City here. And it's Gabriel Jesus coming off. Paul Tierney's saying you have to go up on the other side of the field. So Fernandinho comes on. Jesus doesn't fancy walking around all the Leicester City players and fans. But he has to go off the other side of the pitch. So on comes Fernandinho. Ooh, Vardy slipped here as Diaz goes back to Ederson. Into Laporte. One more goal to kill the game off. Hopefully a Jack Grealish one. Here's Laporte. Dias. Lanky says he hates one-goal matches. They scare the hell out of him. Don't worry, Lanky. You're not the only one. You're on your edge all the time, aren't you? You know, you never know. Only takes one goal, doesn't it? Wide to Bernardo Silva. Great touch from Bernardo. Beautiful on his left foot. Takes it down. Fernandinho to Bernardo again. Then back into Fernandinho. Up against Wilfred Ndidi. Outmuscles him and tries to get past Bertrand as well. He's fell on top of the ball. Fernandinho getting his foot in there. Ndidi away. Here's Tillemans. Lookman. Ndidi. Lookman again. Trying to find a way out. Bernardo Silva throws a foot in. Great play from Adelola Lookman. Brilliant play. Here comes Barnes. Look at the space for Tielemans at the far post if they could find him. Harvey Barnes was absolutely killed that attack for Leicester. Seems to have no left foot at all. Indeed, a great pass. Tielemans, Lookman. Oh, Diaz made a mistake here, Tielemans. And Lookman in there. Diaz luckily blocked it. What a stupid mistake from Diaz. A really poor clearance. In the end, he throws his body at it to block it. Full of energy, Lookman, isn't he? He's come on and he's took a few players on and he's looking for a goal. Been impressed by him. Cross comes in and Ederson strong. Really strong. 2 hands on it. I think it was Vestergaard, was it? He's not on the field. It's Soyuncu. Into the side of him and City look to counter now. Cancelo. Oh, Grealish in acres of space. Indeed, he's staying tight to him. City just try to play it around the back now. Waste a bit of time. Hope the Leicester City don't grab a goal. Oh, Sterling under a few tackles and then Fernandinho slid in on by Yuri Tielemans. Wolves have scored a second one. They are now 2-0 up. It is Hwang Chan on loan from RB Leipzig scores. Here's Evans. Looks like Sterling's gone out to the left-hand side now. Bernardo Silva's gone through the middle. Just over 5 minutes is lanky exactly. Not long left now. Not long left to hang on. Here's Kyle Walker. Diaz. No nonsense stuff from Diaz. Long towards Bernardo Silva. Trying to win a header against Evans. Indeed, he takes it down fantastically again. He's been very, very impressive, Wilfred Ndidi. Very, very good player, isn't he? Here's Evans. Schmeichel into Soyuncu. Evans again. Bringing the ball forward is Johnny Evans. Goes back into Soyuncu. Leicester are looking for that one chance, aren't they? Indeed, a great pass into Lookman. Great tackle by Fernandinho, however. Showing his experience and his positioning there. Sterling. Walker. Go on, Sterling. Get running. Up against Tielemans. Surely got Tielemans for pace, hasn't he? Sterling pulled down by Tielemans. Keeps going, Raheem Sterling. And he gets the free kick. Well done, Raheem. Better from him, actually. Much better from him. I mean, Sterling, he could have gone further there and attacked more, but I think he was happy to slow the game down, take the free kick. City in no rush now, are they? With only a few minutes left. Looking to just get the 3 points and move on. Spurs still top of the Premier League table, are they? I don't think so. No, Manchester United top of the table on 10 points. City second on 9. Spurs third on 9. As it stands at the moment, but Chelsea have got to play yet today. And they'd also be on 10 points if they were to win. Could go top. Here's Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan swings one in and it's a terrible cross over everyone. Oh, Cancelo's lost it and there's a counter here for Leicester City. Could be in big trouble. Grealish getting back. What a tackle, Grealish. Well played. Really well played, Grealish. Getting back there and saving his side. Bernardo Silva. Into Grealish. Up against Castagna. Rodri, and Rodri goes back to Cancelo, who made the mistake. Walker down to Diaz. Walker again, Diaz once more. Walker goes all the way back to Ederson. Ederson back into Walker. Oh, gets his head on it, but it's out of play. Walker's saying to Ederson, put that ball further towards the centre. You give Leicester City the ball back now. Bernardo Silva pressuring Johnny Evans. Evans into Lookman. Rodri. Well played. Gundogan. City could counter here. 3v3. Gundogan. What is he doing? Grealish. Oh, Gundogan. That was Gundogan's fault there. Goal kick for Leicester, but what is Gundogan doing? He's got 3 players to the left of him, Grealish to the right of him, Grealish to the left. And he gives it to Grealish in a poor position, really. We haven't got the intelligence on the counter, have we? Especially Gundogan there. Stupid. Stupid from Ilkay Gundogan. Grealish had no space to run into at all. Long ball here. Rodri, good header. Fernandinho against Tielemans. Good physicality. Bernardo. Simple pass. Bernardo Silva can't play it. Fernandinho's won it back again. Here's Sterling. City could make it 2-0 here. Sterling inbound to Fernandinho. Fernandinho! Drags it just wide of the post. Should be 2-0. Should score there. Winning it back, Fernandinho. Going in behind here. Fernandinho with a strike just wide of the post. I think Schmeichel would have saved it anyway, actually. He looked there for it. I think he should have hit it as hard as he could near post, Fernandinho. Rodri, well played again. Fernandinho. Been good since he's come on. Gundogan. Not sure what to do there. Gives it to Walker, who just lumps it up and under. Evans. Lookman. Been very good since he's come on. Advantage played. Sterling fouled him. Soyuncu. Long ball forward. Cancelo nods it down. Rodri's there to keep it in. It's a shocking pass from Rodri. Luckily, Kyle Walker knows what he's doing. Unless the City win it back. And got to be frustrating for City. Rodri playing passes like that. Really, really bad pass from Rodri. Schmeichel long again. City a lot of balls to defend here in the air. Cancelo nods it down. Castagna. Rodri. Good strength. Bernardo Silva is. Jack Grealish and City on the counter here. Grealish, please score for my fantasy team. You idiot. Oh. Grealish couldn't score if he wanted to, could he? He's not that sort of player. Should have scored there, Grealish. That was a shocking finish. It's like he didn't want to score. Leicester City come up the other way and it's a save by Schmeichel on that Grealish attempt at the other end. Cancelo knocks it out, throw into Leicester. Leicester throw it in quickly. How has Grealish not scored there? Expect better of him, actually. Laporte away. Gundogan up against Soyuncu. Well done, Gundogan. Soyuncu. Bernardo trying to win it back. Oh, Bernardo's caught Soyuncu. It's a free kick. 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. Chance. There's a good chance here to swing one in. Bernardo Silva with a silly challenge. Schmeichel to play it long. Cross comes in from Schmeichel. Evans up there. There's Sterling. Lumps it away. Manchester United have scored again. 4-1. Jesse Lingard's even got on the score sheet now. Here's Tielemans. Long. Vardy on his chest. And City let it roll behind for a goal kick. I think that'll be full time. That is full time. Manchester City get 3 points. A hard fought 1-0 win away at Leicester City. Grealish should have had a goal at the end there. I expect him to get a goal at the end there, but his finishing is just not quite up to it, is it? But a win for City. A big win. Bernardo Silva's goal was the difference. I didn't get to see it, unfortunately. But by the sounds of it, when looking online, it was a bit of a scrappy one. But they all count, don't they? City win 1-0. And we will be back again, not for the Leipzig game in midweek, but we'll be back on the weekend for Manchester City versus... Is it Southampton this weekend? Is it Southampton this weekend? I'll have a quick check for you. But I do believe it is Southampton this weekend. And then who is it after that? I'm not quite sure. Chelsea then. So Southampton this weekend and then Chelsea. Thank you very much for watching with us. It's been great to have you. Great for all you guys voting. Glad Manchester City won. We'll see you guys on our next stream. Obviously keep up with all the FIFA videos and the PES videos as well. Like I said, we'll see you guys next time.